So you think you know what's going to happen when Jade Cargill meets Naomi at WrestleMania? Well, think again. We're about to drop a prediction so bold that it's game changing. It'll have you questioning everything you thought about this feud. This isn't just about wins and losses. It's about the future of the women's division, rise of a megastar, and a potential shift in the landscape of WWE. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the signs, connecting the dots, and revealing a prediction that WWE fans are going to want to hear. So get ready. This one's about to get wild. So Jade Cargill, Naomi, it was made official on the April 4th episode of SmackDown. This has been building. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis, he made it official after they were involved in a pull-apart brawl. These two have been going at it for weeks now, and now they just got to wait 2 more weeks or about a week, depending on when you hear this, to get it done. Naomi defeated BFAB in a singles competition on that episode, then attempted to call out Cargill for a confrontation. This led to Jade Cargill, who was by the ringside area, the announcers area. She came out there and got it on. And the two competitors were pulled apart before Aldis made the WrestleMania bout official. Now, in storyline, Naomi, she was the mystery attacker to be revealed last November, laying out Jade Cargill on the hood or a windshield of a car, depending on what angle you want to look at it, forcing her to not only relinquish her spot as women's tag team champions alongside Bianca Belair, but also forced her to miss multiple months of action. Then Naomi assumed Jade Cargill's title, teaming up with Bianca, defending the title, pretending that she was Jade Cargill's best friend, Bianca Belair's best friend. Fast forward months later, mixed reports, right? Is Jade injured? Is she not injured? Well, now she's back because of the Elimination Chamber in March. It was Jade Cargill coming out there and putting on a beating on Naomi as she clearly pinpointed her as her mystery attacker, which was interesting because I loved how Jade came out. It made it seem like Jade was coming after Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan fans are all freaking out. Oh my God, Jade's going to crush her. And then all of a sudden, boom, she lays out Naomi. Now, since then, these two have gone back and forth, right? One week, Jade gets the upper hand. The next week, Naomi gets the upper hand. And I know there's a lot of Jade Cargill critics, haters out there, if you will, being like, why does Jade always get pushed? Why does Jade do this? Why does Jade do that? It's because she's very good, right? Let's just be honest, right? She has the presence. She may not be the greatest in-ring worker. She may not be the best promo in the world, but she's over like Rover, and she's got a ton of charisma, and they pay her a lot of money, regardless. Now, here's the point, right? Here's why you clicked on this video. What is this bold prediction? As someone who is a huge Jade Cargill fan, okay, I just offended her, right? Most people think, including Vegas, that Jade Cargill is going to go into Mania. Jade Cargill is going to go in there and just absolutely demolish Naomi. She's going to roll through her like Goldberg, right? I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. So when Jade first came in, Naomi also came back, right? She went to TNA, she was knockout champion, yada, yada, yada. So you look at the way that WWE booked these two. Jade Cargill, big dominant star. Naomi, yeah, she was in title matches here and there. He didn't take her seriously, and they didn't really do any much things with her. She was kind of like a clinging on to Jade and Bianca, and then they gave her this big push. She needed this big moment, and they gave her that, right? And I think when we go into WrestleMania, I think Naomi's gonna go on Jade. I think she's gonna go over. I think she's gonna beat her, and I think she's gonna put on one of her best performances to date, and I'll tell you why. From a Naomi standpoint, she's been given a huge opportunity with this feud, right? This is one of her biggest feuds in recent memory. So she's going to go out there, and every single week she's been putting her best foot forward. Every single week she's been putting on the best matches, best performances, and she's doing amazing character work. I'm really, really happy for her and very impressed with her. And I think Jade Cargill losing here, it doesn't hurt her one bit. I think WWE looks at this and goes, look, for the most part, we have given Jade Cargill, who's supposed to be a babyface in this situation, who is more like a tweener than anything, but let's say she's a babyface. We've given her the upper hand. She's laid out Naomi way more than Naomi has laid out Jade. Or Naomi, excuse me. I think the reason that they're going to have Naomi go over Jade is because it helps Naomi way more. You as a babyface getting the upper hand in most exchanges heading into a big match, that doesn't spell well for you. right? Typically, unless you have Vince Russo out there trying to swerve people like he's, going through a construction site. Most times, if you have someone be the dominant attacker and laying out the opponent, right? Usually heels to baby faces. Then the baby face, who's supposed to be ultimately winning the feud, is going to win the match. Now, that's if it's a one off. But if we're having multiple matches, I think you could make the argument that the quote unquote heel or the bad guy or the bad girl or, you know, the one that actually started all this drama, she should go over. Well, why? We're having a singles match at WrestleMania. We're not having a hardcore match. We're not having a unsanctioned match. We're not having a steel cage match. We're not having any gimmicks. Okay? This is just a basic, EQs, they count. Countouts, they count. Submissions, pinfalls, right? There's no gimmick. This is a grudge match. This is a rivalry. Jade lost months of her career because of Naomi. You wouldn't think that Jade would want to put her through punishment. You wouldn't think that Jade would want to absolutely annihilate this woman and destroy this woman and put her through all sorts of pain and agony. They're going to go out there and have a regular match, and Jade's going to win when there's not going to be any follow up to this. No, that doesn't. You know what? That doesn't smell the. It doesn't pass the smell test to me. It doesn't make sense. Why would Jade go over? He's in a regular match. She's had most of the upper hand on television. She's supposed to be the babyface. She was the one that was attacked. She was the one that lost her championship. She was the one that missed multiple months of her in-ring career. Why would she go over in a match? All right, just because you're either a Jade Cargill fan like myself who thinks that she should absolutely win most of her feuds. I agree. But I think we're getting a rematch, y'all. Whether it's the Nets PLE, which I think is Backlash in St. Louis, or down the line, we're getting another match, and we're going to get a blow-off match, and it's going to have a gimmick. It's going to be unsanctioned. It's going to be hardcore. It's going to be a ladder. It's going to be a chair, or a steel cage, or whatever. Right? Like, name a freaking gimmick. You're getting that out of this. We're not just getting one-offs here. So if you look at it like that, then it's like, oh, Naomi can win this. So if you are placing money on this or anything like that, yeah, I would definitely say that Naomi should be the favorite, and I would argue that Naomi should actually win this match. Not only because Jade got the upper hand, but if you want to extend this program, then she almost has to. Because if Jade just goes out there and beats her in a singles match, I guess Naomi can come back and attack her, but like I want this Jade, the baby face, I want her to go out there and try to get revenge on this woman who took multiple months out of her career. That's what I want out of this situation. So I'm very curious as to what they end up doing.